Alright guys, our show is back. Loki season 2 is here, so let's talk about episode 1. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the Supes channel where I am to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So guys, Loki is still the best Marvel Disney Plus show. So much so that it ended up getting a second season, and now here we are about to dive into episode 1. So if you haven't seen the episode, click off this video because we are going to dive into spoilers. Now I want to give a full warning here guys, I have gotten the chance to watch the first 4 episodes. I won't be talking about any spoilers in the other episodes, we're just going to be diving into episode 1. But I did want to announce that I am going to be doing a watch party for episodes 4, 5, and 6. There are 6 episodes in season 2 in total, just like season 1. And episode 4 is freaking insane, and we're gonna have a lot to talk about after that one. So I'm gonna be doing watch parties for episodes 4, 5, and 6, and we're gonna bring home Loki season 2 just like we did with season 1. So looking at Loki episode season 1, I thought this was a great start to the show. You know, coming off of the events of season 1, in season 2, Tom Hiddleston himself is literally carrying and building the presence of Kang by his performance alone. My God, is Tom Hiddleston's performance in this show fantastic. The dread, the fear, all of it is so good. I also just love being in the atmosphere of the TVA. It's such a creative world within the Marvel universe, and being back with these characters. Obviously, we have Tom Hiddleston's Loki, but we got Owen Wilson's Mobius, the GOAT. Hopefully we see him ride that jet ski this season. But a new character that we introduced as well is Obi, played by Ke-Huy Quan, and he's essentially the mechanic of TVA technology. And guys, I have a huge theory that I want to talk about right now, because I think Obi might end up turning evil, and here's why. So let's be honest, Ke-Huy Quan is one of the most lovable actors in existence. I mean, every single role he plays, it's just so easy to root for his character, to love his character. And in this instance, I think Marvel might have casted Ke-Huy Quan on purpose to subvert our expectations on Obi's character. Obi is someone who, again, is the mechanic for the TVA, and he's been alone for 400 years since his last encounter, which was with Agent Mobius. So, with that being said, Obi has just been a mechanic for TVA technology. I think he might have been working with Kang side by side this entire time, because Kang is essentially, again, he's the head, he was the one who created the TVA, thus, he probably told Obi to put certain limitations on certain things to basically not give them enough power than they already have. Obi could also be the dude that erases the memories of the other TVA agents from their previous lives, or he created the technology that does that, and that's just equally as bad. Honestly, I'm not really sure at all. I'm just saying Ke-Huy Quan is so lovable. Sometimes he's too lovable, so you gotta ask yourself, is it really as good as he seems? Is this character really all that? You know what I'm saying? So maybe there's a point in this show where Ke-Huy Quan flips the switch and we see the range in his acting, and he goes from being this lovable little mechanic to like an evil dude that's a freaking maniac. So I'm not counting anything out, guys. I'm not counting anything out. Loki season 1 had so many twists and turns, and I feel like they're definitely saving some big twists and turns for episodes 5 and 6. Now, the big thing that was tackled in this episode was time slipping. We see Loki time slipping through multiple different timelines between the past, the future, and at one point in this episode, he's exploring a TVA office in a completely different timeline where we see multiple different Kang heads on this wall. And I don't think this is directly a reference to the Council of the Kangs, because we've already seen the Council of the Kangs in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and they look very different from just the normal Kang heads that we see on this wall. But on the other wall, Loki discovers some voice recordings, and we hear He Who Remains talking to Ravonna Renslayer. So I think in this season, we are going to see the Kang and Ravonna Renslayer love story. Even though He Who Remains is dead, I still think we could see that with a different variant. Maybe we end up seeing the Kang from the end of Quantumania, because with the way Quantumania ended and with the way that Kang specifically disappeared, I don't think he's dead, and I do think we're going to see him in the future. So maybe we're going to see the Ravonna and Kang love story. I think we are going to see that, and I think these recordings hinted at that as well, because it's He Who Remains talking to Ravonna Renslayer. She was a general in the previous multiversal war, and she helped him win that war. So yeah, I think we are going to see the Ravonna and Kang love story, and it's only a matter of time before we see Ravonna. We know she's in this season, so it's only a matter of time. Now, the ending of this episode was a little wonky. because we see Loki in a different timeline and he's walking down this mysterious empty hallway, and here we hear a phone ringing, and then out of nowhere, Sylvie is coming out of elevator doors. Now, I want you guys to notice something. As Loki is walking down this hallway, you can see another figure behind him, and I think that's just a future version of Loki. I think this is Loki and Sylvie working together in a different timeline, and again, Loki knows that he had to prune himself in order to return back to the timeline with Mobius, so I think this is just a future version of Loki, I guess holding that time loop intact by pruning his previous self. And this Sylvie also looks a little different, but then in the post-credit scene, we see Sylvie coming off of the events of season 1 after she kills He Who Remains. Then she basically just goes to this random timeline and she's now going to start working at McDonald's. And we can see that in this post-credit scene, Sylvie is just really taking in the people being together. These are lives that she saved. And now she just wants to soak up in this new life. She wants to probably start a family and just settle down. With that being said, what did you guys think of Loki Season 2 Episode 1? I thought this was a great start to the show. Again, Loki's continuing to build Kang's presence with us not even having seen Kang. I'm more scared of Kang from this first episode of Loki Season 2 than anything we saw in Quantumania, and that says a lot because just and that just speaks to Tom Hiddleston's performance. He is so great in the show, the cinematography, the music. Natalie Holt is cooking with the score. My God, is it amazing. So I'm super excited to continue to cover this show. Again, this is our show, guys. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the Marvel Disney Plus shows, this show gave us our redemption. With season 1, we called it from day 1. We said, Kang's gonna show up, Kang's gonna show up. And then boom, he showed up and the show delivered on our expectations. Now with season 2, we're rolling. They've planted the seeds and I'm excited to see how the remainder of the show goes out because this season is only 6 episodes, so things are gonna get crazy pretty fast. With that being said, let me know what you guys think of the episode in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like this video, hit that bell notification on this channel to get notified for future videos. And guys, by the way, I just announced an original short film that will be dropping over here on YouTube on October 27th. So stay tuned for that. It's called Not Anymore. I'm super excited to show you guys what me and the rest of the team cooked, and you will hear more about that short film in the coming weeks. And again, I just want to remind you guys, we are going to be doing watch parties for episodes 4, 5, and 6 for the back half of the season, so stay tuned for that. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I love you guys 3000, and I will see you guys next time.